Hello, seventh grade. Happy Tuesday. I'm going to leave this video up for a bit before I actually post what is the plan for today, but I kind of wanted to talk just a little bit because we are ready to end our current lesson and move on with new curriculum material. So we are going to wrap up biomes. For those who need a little refresher, the last day you were in school, which was March 12th, Miss Q was guest teaching while I was away at a conference, and you received your lesson 4 workbook on biomes. And you were instructed to do your big 3, okay, and your study guide. Well, things have changed and we are completely online. And we will be online for the rest of the school year, which now means anything being posted by your teachers will be on 4th marking period for grades. All right. So those that might have been lying in wait because, oh, this isn't required, it is now. Okay. Thank you to everybody who has been participating and keeping up with the schoolwork. I know it's not ideal and I miss your faces, but we have to kind of roll with the punches. So I would like to wrap up biomes this week, which means that we have to wrap this project up. Okay? The first part of it was assigned March 16th. Remember, it was a 3-part. Please ignore that I have 2 step 3s here. I was having some issues assigning to certain students, so I had to create 2 separate assignments, but there's only one for you. So I split it up into 3 separate parts because typically if you were in the classroom with me, I could provide a little bit more guidance and it would only take a week. But I had to split it up into 3 parts over 2 weeks. The first part was simply, hey, we're about to study some biomes. What one are you interested in? And just like every year since, rainforest beats everything. Okay? So there are still 4 people out there in the 7th grade realm that have not completed step 1 from March 13th. Okay? The second step was investigation. Again, 8 people still have not done this portion. Okay? This was essentially part of your workbook. All right? So you got 5 points just for telling me, what do you want to study? You got another 5 points for filling this out. All of these questions are what would have been written down in your workbook if you had been face-to-face in my classroom. So take the 5 points from here, 5 points from part 2, and you've got your 10 points that you normally would acquire for a workbook. If you were also in class with me, you would be completing this brochure in person. All right, it would be kind of arts and crafts time with colors, drawing your own pictures, etc. But unfortunately, the powers that be were stuck at home. So I turned it into a digital brochure using Google Slides. You can do this on any sort of device. If you go back into step 3, there is a YouTube video on how to complete it using a Chromebook. And if you look up, there is also phone and tablet brochure instruction video. If you're doing it on a phone or a tablet, I do highly recommend that you download the Google Slide app. It will make that process so much easier. But we have our instructions and we have our blank project. I put in text boxes for you to simply type your answers. Okay. And the white boxes were for you to insert pictures. Again, instructions are in Classroom. What we are going to do tomorrow is, as you can see, scheduled for 12 p.m. You are going to get a 17-minute video talking about the 7 biomes of our world. I know we only talk about 4 in this lesson, but there are actually 7. So I wanted to make sure you were aware of all of them. And there will be a 10-point question. Okay. Usually we watch Discovery Ed videos when you're in my classroom. Unfortunately, you're not with me right now. It still has you log in. Instead of trying to figure out what is your login information or create 80 new logins, I have created a test student. There is the username and the password. I did have a student check it out earlier today, and it works. You are not completing any assignments on Discovery Ed. You are simply using the platform to either look at a picture, play a game, or watch a video that I might assign. And you would come back here and complete the work. So this will be available tomorrow at 12. Clicking the link, signing in, just like you would Junior Scholastic, and answering the questions. All multiple choice. Okay? Excuse me. The plan for the rest of the week is to wrap up this unit so we can move on to the next one. Okay? We're moving on to lesson 5. So tomorrow, you would get the video and the digital worksheet. Wednesday, I will be assigning your extra notes for your study guide and a quizzes review game. Now, keep in mind, you're not in my classroom and you don't have study guide days anymore. I still highly recommend that you complete the study guide notes into your study guide because there more than likely will not just be notes written in black, which is copy. There will be notes written in red, which means you have to answer them. All right? Also remember that when you access any sort of assessment on my Chromebooks, or your Chromebooks, excuse me, it goes into locked mode, meaning you cannot access any tabs, windows. It's a test mode situation. All right. So my suggestion would be to copy it into your study guide or answer it into your study guide. If you have the ability to print, you could print it and then make notes on that piece of paper or have it on your phone or another device. But keep in mind, if there's an answer question, you're not going to have the answer available to you. This assessment will be a little bit shorter than what you are used to. Mostly will be review over vocabulary and big ideas for the lesson. All right. So Wednesday will be study guide and quizzes. I will assign the assessment Thursday, and all of this needs to be done by Friday. I know my due dates have been freaking some students out. Please be aware that they were simply for me to track who was logging in and when. I am going to alter how those dates go just a little bit because my phone or my tablet is constantly blowing up. Because everyone has such weird schedules, personally for me, my schedule is completely thrown off. As I'm sitting here, it's almost 2 o'clock in the morning on a Tuesday. My sleep schedule is so messed up. All right. So I want to make sure that I am working with everyone's schedules. And I get that there might be a day you can't log in because you are borrowing mom's computer or your phone service goes out or the Wi-Fi goes out. I get it. I'm constantly talking to your parents. You know, on Mondays and Tuesdays, I touch base with your parents about missing work for most of you. But it's not the end of the world. So I'm not doing assign the same day or do the same day it's assigned. All right. The expectation is the work will be assigned and it will be completed by the end of the week. No, it's not going to be the same as if you were in my classroom. I'm going to try to make it as close as I can, but it might look a little different. We're still going to do CNN every day, and you're still going to have a Junior Scholastic on Fridays, whether it is a current event or it is a flashback. I believe this Friday will be a flashback. Yes, this Friday will be a flashback. So the expectation is have the work done by Friday. I get that you might not be able to, and that you might spend Saturday and Sunday. I get it. But keep in mind, I go through Google Classroom on Mondays and Tuesdays on my phone, on the app, screenshot what's missing, and send it to parents via Classroom, Dojo, Facebook, text, whatever the case might be. All right? I do not want you guys to fall further behind because, as I said, this is now counting for fourth marking period. All right? Be patient because this is an adjustment for everybody, which is why I have been patient with a lot of you, because I know a lot of you didn't have internet or didn't have technology or are in a different state. Something was going on. But we need to work together and we will get through this. So tomorrow, be on the lookout for this assignment. Wednesday will be extra notes and quizzes. Thursday will be assessment. Friday, flashback junior scholastic. And then on Monday, we will start lesson 5. I will make a video and go through the big 3 for that lesson with you and post photos so that you can copy into your study guide because you won't have a workbook to work from. And we will go from there. Remember that I love you and that I'm here for you. Stay tuned for updated office hours. You've got my phone number. Whatever you guys need, I am here for you. Let's wrap this up and move on to our next lesson. All right. Take care, guys.